stakes. There's visiting jockeys here from all over the place. We had the random draw yesterday, so if you've picked up a paper and are wondering why there's no jockeys for race number 7 on the program or race number 5 on the program, the reason is that they're only drawn yesterday, and probably it was too late to get them to the press. We'll run through them during the day. And the William Inglis Red Centre Classic for the 2-year-olds, there's also a lot of interest in that. In fact, Dry Knock is aiming for a $50,000 bonus if he can win that race this afternoon. That's pretty good prize money by Northern Territory standards. So a terrific day, and we should also point out that a horse by the name of Vice Royal won the Pioneer Sprint here on Saturday. That's the non-Sky Channel covered meeting, but it was a great day. They had a big crowd here for the second of their, or the lesser lights, you could say, of the two meetings. But the $25,000 Pioneer Sprint was won by Vice Royal. He won it by 5.5 lengths. He made it back-to-back wins in that race, and he is backing up today in the Ansett Invitation. So there's another thing that won't appear in your form guide, that Vice Royal did win the Pioneer Sprint on Saturday. So that's just about it for now. Let's set the scene for Alice Springs Cup Day. It's going to be great. We've really enjoyed ourselves so far, and but today, of course, is the day that we've been waiting for. As we head up towards the Alice Springs Cup, it's a little bit later this afternoon. We'll bring you all the action here from Alice Springs in the Red Centre. In the meantime, Nick, it's back to you.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yes, it's great, isn't it, Alice Springs? And no doubt Matt would be having a terrific time there.
They already know what's going to happen. Number 2, Belial, opened at 2-1. It's a lot shorter now, and there seems to be money only for it.
Okay, Belial in the first. Now, race number 2, the centre bet Class 4 handicap. You've got to tip the winner of this one.
Yeah, well, when in doubt, go for the toppy. Razzmatazz, it's got good Adelaide form and trained by an astute Darwin fellow, and Stephen Brown. I think it'll get the money.
A lot of horses here from Darwin, and a couple coming up from South Australia. One of the feature races on the support card, that is the William Inglis and Son Red Centre Classic for the juveniles.
Well, Dry Knock, the horse going for the Triple Crown, it's going to be favourite, and rightly so. There are the two dangers, number 2, Elusive Express, and Dancing Apollo from the Oldfield stable.
He picks up a bit of a bonus too if he wins today, something like, is it 50 grand, Dry Knock?
Well, yeah, it's something like that, and also they won the sprint, the Connections won the sprint on Saturday, so they might go home with plenty.
They're in form. The Queen of the Desert Class 6 handicap, race 4.
Well, the top weight was the early favourite, Fantastic Girl, and it was a late scratching this morning, so with that out, it's almost a raffle, but forced to have a pick, I'm going to pick number 7, Dulcibella, from number 6, Dancing Rosette, in a very open race.
Okay, Terry, we've got the visiting riders here from all over Australia. They've come from Tasmania, South Australia, Victoria, for the Ansett Australia Invitation Stakes. Hard race?
It is a hard race, but I'm going for Bernadette Payne, the only lady jockey who's riding. I think she'll win on Pride of Jupiter. That horse is going for, I think it's 3rd or 4th on a row here in Alice Springs. I think it's a 1.
Okay, race 6, the Open.
Oh, well, I'm against the sprint winner in this. Everybody's saying it should make it 2 on the trot, but I've picked one from the Oldfield stable, Tambun Lad. It's got very good Adelaide form, and with the County Council as the main danger.
And the final event, the main one, the $45,000 Lassiter's Alice Springs Cup.
Well, I think this will be won because of the barrier draws, and I'm staying with Rocket Flight, a Darwin-trained horse. It's drawn the rails, and I've seen a lot of races won and lost from being on the fence or not being on the fence at this first turn. It's got the perfect position, and I believe it'll get the money.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Terry. Have a good day.
Thank you, Matthew.
Okay, Nick, that is Terry Lillis from Centrebet, and he'll be standing here this afternoon in the ring, and his thought for the Cup, of course, Rocket Flight, to get the money. Back to you, a lot more coming up on Alice Springs Cup Day on a magnificent day here in the Red Centre.
Thanks, Matt. Vice Royal now 57 kilograms. You might find that at 54.5 in your newspaper, but in fact, race 6, number 7, Vice Royal, a winner of the weekend at 57 kgs. Now, race 1 at Alice Springs. Let's take you to mixed tumbles for the call of the first. The Australian Fuel Distributors Class 6 handicap over the mile at the Springs. To the Red Centre we go, and here's Mick.
Good on you, Nick. Thanks, mate. Beautiful day here today. Now, So French about to come up. And now he's on the side of the gate. Still his incentive gets ready. And Viviro. Naypor, the grey, moving into line. And So French, I can see him at the side of the stalls. And the one behind the gates is Hoist the Colours, which has moved in now And so French looks like he'll be the last for the first event on Cup Day. This is the Australian Fuel Distributors Class 6. They're all in, ready to run. Light on, stand by. Track is cleared in front and they'll go at any moment. Line looks good. Set. Racing. And advance notice towards the inside away well. As a high slow, Balili showing great speed early is going to spear to the front by the 1500, leads by a half length. The Hoist the Colours getting quickly into second spot. Viviro is going to settle down third, nice and handy. Over on the inside, As a High, who's made good ground after being tardy away. Then a couple of lengths to Swag. Nazapur out very deep from Incentive. So French is out 4 deep down the back by the 1200, and advance notice is back to the tail of the field. In front, Hoist the Colours worked away by a length from Balili in second spot. A half length away then up on the outside, Viviro starting to work into it. 4 or 5 lengths away, As a High. Then Incentives, Napor is well back as they get down towards the 800 metre point. Then 2 or 3 lengths further back in the field, So French is right out of it, and advance notice over on the rails is last of all. Hoist the Colours coming to the 600, led by a length and a quarter Balili. Viviro under pressure, about 3/4 of a length away, a length and a half to As a High, given a cut with a whip. Incentives running on from a long way back. Then further back in the field, a long way out of it, advance notice. Swag is well back, coming to the home turn as well. And Napor has dropped right out, and So French has got to third last. Balili dashed past Hoist the Colours on the home turn, and the jock went for the judge. Balili kicked out 2 or 3 lengths, Hoist the Colours. As a High running home reasonably well. Viviro can't go on, then Swag and So French the outside. It's Balili nicely clear with 50 to go from Hoist the Colours and As a High. And Balili is in no danger in the first event. Racing on for a big win. Balili scores by about 3.5 lengths to Hoist the Colours. 3/4 away third, As a High. Then So French never in the hunt. A long way back, advance notice. Incentives finish well out of it. Viviro up there early and dropped right out at the finish. A long way back, Swag, and Nazapur was a bad last.
Alrighty, 251.40 the favourite there, and I hope you got onto the mail from Terry Lillis. Balili, Hoist the Colours, As a High. Doomben race 2 comes up in a moment. They are behind the
win beyond 1100 metres before the wind. It's had 3 goes previously at the 1350 at Doomben. 3 goes, and it's never run a drum. But it has run a place on a rain-affected track. All right, that looked the toughest race of the day, and that's how it panned out. 1:11.4, they're the numbers after race 3. We've got other commitments, then back to have a look at the exhibition gallop between staging and encounter leading into Saturday's Treasury Casino Doomben 10,000.
Doomben 10,000 on the weekend. Now, race 3, Yarra Glen, 14 Night Troop. Black Joe, $1.10, $8.30 for Susan Who. Queen's Guard, 36, Tack Laughter, 19, and last drop at 27 for the third race at Yarra Glen. 2, 5 and 7 from Adam Crittenden, Black Joe, Susan Who, and Tact Laughter. Now, Pioneer Park, they're moving in for race 2. 2.10 for number 1, Razzmatazz. Number 7, 10s into 4s there. It's a bit of a change, isn't it? $9.80, about number 6, $6.60 for number 4, Zillionaire, in race 2 at Alice Springs. Full-eye dividends, and the winner there was Obelix over Kaipuki Lobel and Magic Lord. The Quinella was $13.10, and the trifecta was $68.30. Now, here's Mark Harrison for race 2 at Pioneer Park.
Thank you, Nick, and the runner's coming up well here for the running of the second race today. The centre bet Class 4 on the beam, just causing a couple of problems here behind the stalls. He's still to come up. Now, on the beam is halfway in. The field standing up well, the remainder of the runners. Razzmatazz is about to come up here.
Tom, can you hear me?
Now, just having a look here behind the stalls once again, and attendants behind on the beam, and I think they've won the battle this time. On the beam has gone up, on the beam is in. Now up comes King's Twig. Colours on King's Twig and Tats Fire are very, very similar. They both got red and gold in their colours, and both got red and gold quartered caps. Now the last one to come up will be Razzmatazz. Starter climbs his platform. Dr. Ventura stands well on the inside. Starter switches the light on. 1100 metres the journey. And the light flashes away. Starter has a good line now. Espalier stands well. racing this time, bounced away in an okay line. Beginning quickly, there was Razzmatazz that goes straight to the front. Beginning quickly was Dr. Ventura on the inside, as did King's Twig, Tats Fire. Azuri Wonder is caught out there 3 deep. Zillionaire goes back to third last. Further back in the field, a length and a half away, then is on the beam. And Espalier settles down at the tail of the field. As they run towards the 750 now, and out in front it is Razzmatazz by a length and a half. Second on the inside, Dr. Ventura. On the outside of it, there is Azuri Wonder. King's Twig is back in the centre. A length and a half away in the field, then to Zillionaire. Further back is Tats Fire. 3 lengths away in the field to Espalier, second last, and on the beam is last of all. As they run down the side to the 400-metre mark, and Razzmatazz out in front by a length. Second on the inside is Dr. Ventura. Further back then Zillionaire, followed by King's Twig, Tats Fire. Azuri Wonder. Espalier comes out very deep as they go under the 200-metre mark, and it's Razzmatazz the leader. He hasn't gone for it yet. A kick 3 in front. On the inside, Tats Fire running on strongly, followed by Dr. Ventura, but in front it's Razzmatazz, and Razzmatazz wins easy. Razzmatazz wins it by 4 lengths, Dr. Ventura. Tats Fire might have just got third there ahead of Espalier, followed by Zillionaire. Further back in the field was on the beam. King's Twig and Azuri Wonder ran at the tail of the field. Stand by for all numbers here on the running of the second race today. But number 1, Razzmatazz, no doubt about that, has won the money. For Stephen Brown, he jumped well, he got to the lead. He was about a length and a half in front down the side, and he kicked well clear at the 200-metre mark, and they just weren't going to run him down. Well, number 1, Razzmatazz, ridden by Stephen Brown. We await the minor numbers here. Number 1, Razzmatazz, has got the money. We just await these minor placings to be confirmed. One comes up into the frame, Razzmatazz, the winner for Stephen Brown. Razzmatazz, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding by Prego out of Rocker Little, is owned by B.L. Milady and J. Milady, trained and ridden by Stephen Brown. Second has gone to number 8 and third to number 9. Now, it is 1, 8 and 9, and they are officials. Second in Dr. Ventura for Mark Sestich, and 9 is third, Espalier.
Okay, thank you very much to Mark there. I think it was had Darwin on the brain there. Piney Park, of course, our Fanny Bay is Alice Springs. That's the racecourse that they're racing on there today at Fanny Bay. Nice win to Razzmatazz. Razzmatazz has got some race 3 Alice Springs selections with weight going through at Doomben, 1, 8 and 2 on race number 3. Rhinock here going for the bonus as we take it a mick.
Been a great buy. Vendredi, I can see at the side of the gates with Territory Edition. They're both not in the stalls as yet. Very hard to see behind the 1,200-metre starting point, because that fence is so close to the back of the stalls. And it's difficult to tell if any of the horses are actually standing behind the barriers. You see Territory Edition is still out. Herbert. Looks like he's about to get resaddled, I think. Herbert. So there'll be a slight delay. Territory Edition milling around behind the gates. Now, Drynock's been in there for quite some time in gate number 1. We saw that situation on Saturday in the Pioneer Sprint with Tally Ho in there for a long time, and he ended up missing the start. Now they're ready. The saddle is okay with Herbert, so they're in and the light is on for the Red Centre Classic. Sponsored by William Inglis and Son. Drynock looking for the bonus, drawn the inside. Slow away, Drynock. He's back towards the tail early. Territory Edition, Elusive Express came out very fast. Dancing Apollo showing great speed, and Drynock is now driving right up along the inside to be with the front runners. 2 or 3 lengths to Roman Prospect from Territory Edition dropping out. Then 2 lengths to Never Lose, well back Herbert, and Vendredi is last of all. Running up inside the 800-metre point, and Drynock, aided by the inside running, went through to lead by about a head. In second spot, Elusive Express, the outside, 2 lengths away. Dancing Apollo with the sitting shot. A length and a half to Territory Edition, 2 lengths further back, Roman Prospect, who's hard-ridden and dropping out, being passed by Never Lose. A long way back, Vendredi, and Herbert has dropped out along last. Up to the home turn, and Drynock went to the front, and he's going well too for Bates. Drynock comes into the home stretch by about a length. Elusive Express, the outside. Dancing Apollo, given full bore, running home well. Then Territory Edition, there's no other other chances. Dry Knock in front. Bates goes for him now. Dancing Apollo is trying hard to pick him up the outside. Then Elusive Express, but Dry Knock's pulling out 20 near home, and Dry Knock is going to win the Red Santa Classic and all the bonuses to go with it by a length and a quarter. Maybe Dancing Apollo second, and nose in advance of Elusive Express, who just kept finding plenty in the run down the home stretch. In behind them next, Territory Edition, Never Lose, a break of 10 lengths, Roman Prospect, Ben Dreedy, and among the last was Herbert. Found plenty under pressure to hold out the challenges from Dancing Apollo and Elusive Express, who showed a lot of heart. He looked gone on the home turn, Elusive Express, but he's kept finding something in the run down the home stretch. But they couldn't pick up this very, very good 2-year-old Dry Knock, and he's been too strong for them. Not a lot in it for second and third. Maybe Dancing Apollo, the outside, has just nosed out Elusive Express for second prize money. They looked the three in the race, and they've filled the placings with $40,000 in bonuses going to Lynn Williams, the owner of Dry Knock. She is also the trainer, and David Bates, the rider. He missed the start. He was back last after they'd gone 20 or 30 metres, but he had sufficient speed to dart through right along the inside and go up and challenge for the lead. He worked away about a length or so in front of Elusive Express and Dancing Apollo into the home stretch, and he's held the margin pretty well in the run down the home straight.
Western here, 9.40 again. Regal Conspiracy, 6 out to $6.40. We take it to Brian for the Wang Cup for 1998.
Field set for the Cup. Starter Paul Ahern about to dispatch the field. Good line. Set. Off. Fasato a little bit tidily away with Atlantic Comet. They drop out of it early, whereas Glasscutter pinged out and leads narrowly from in the centre Modesto. Modesto goes to the lead now from Glasscutter. Settling down third defence early is Hunker Magic, followed by Nesto going forward. Lord Dresden wide towards the leaders. A length away, Dualonix back on the inside, followed by Much Ado going forward 3 wide. Chief Pindari's out very wide, followed by Fasato back on the inside of Rebel Action. 2.5 Atlantic Comet on the fence, followed by Regal Conspiracy. Top Walker dropped out the second last, and it's Windy again as last by the 1,000 metres. It's Modesto almost a length and a quarter in front. Lord Dresden travelled up into second placing. Much Ado in the centre. Around them on the outside, Chief Pindari having a little luck, followed by Hunker Magic on the rail. 2.5 away the grey, which is Glasscutter being covered up by Ernesto. Then Dualonix on the inside, followed by Regal Conspiracy 3 wide around Rebel Action. A length and a half to Atlantic Comet, followed by Fasato. It's Windy again, and Top Walker's back at the tail, and 15 lengths would cover the field. Inside the 600 metre turn, Chief Pindari went to the lead. He's worked though by a length and a quarter to Lord Dresden. 2.5 away third is Hunker Magic, followed by Much Ado. Around the turn in the Cup towards the 350, followed by Modesto under pressure. Ernesto from well back pulls to the outside, followed 2 lengths away by Regal Conspiracy. It's Windy again towards the 250. Chief Pindari gone. Lord Dresden reached the lead. Hunker Magic on the outside is out after Lord Dresden, and they'll fight the Cup out by the 120. Lord Dresden just in front. Hunker Magic on the outside is coming out after Lord Dresden. Hunker Magic finishing too well, and Hunker Magic has won the Cup by neck to Lord Dresden. 4 away third. Maybe it's Windy again out wide from Ernesto. Close up Much Ado, Dualonix and Chief Pindari. Then Glasscutter, Atlantic Comet, followed by Top Walk and Fasato. Well back was Rebel Action, Regal Conspiracy, and last in Modesto. Hunker Magic, Brian Johns. Number 6, trained by Rex Bennett here, has won the Cup. Number 6, Hunker Magic, Brian Johns, trained here by Rex Bennett, has won the Seiko Frank Dimmitz Jewelers Wangaratta Cup. Settled about 5th, Lord Dresden. Got the Chief Pindari on the turn. Hunker Magic was coming out after Lord Dresden. Lord Dresden at the 100 metre mark, followed by Hunker Magic. And this has got up to win. Hunker Magic, written by Brian Johns. 1 lead to Chira Cup, 2 runs back, and takes out the Cup this afternoon. Number 6, Hunker Magic, Brian Johns. Second, number 3, Lord Dresden. Jason Patton and Terry Kelly has just failed. And third to number 4, It's Windy again. It's come from last, Jamie Anstis and Vern Proctor. 6, 3, 4. Fourth, Ernesto. And fifth to Chief Pindari. The winner, number 6, Hunker Magic. Well, Glasscutter, he failed to fire today. Lord Dresden, he's put up a real good performance after having to work across from his awkward draw. Regal Conspiracy was always well back. It's Windy again has rattled home, but Hunker Magic has won the Cup narrowly. 1 lead to Chira Cup, 2 runs back. He's won 11 from 53 now, trained here by Rex Bennett, number 6, Hunker Magic, and this fellow showing about $9.60 for the win. Hunker Magic by Voodoo Rhythm from Hunker Candy, a Hunker Papa Mare, a Bay Gelding 5, raced by RG and Mrs. S. Bennett, trained by Rex Bennett, ridden by Brian Johns. Second, Lord Dresden, Jason Patton, Terry Kelly, by Lord Belliner from Dresden Blue, a Bay Gelding 6. And third, It's Windy again by Ravenstone from Argyle Diamond, a Brown Gelding 5, Jamie Anstis and Vern Proctor. It's a local victory. Trained here by Rex Bennett, ridden by Brian Johns. Hunker Magic has won the Seiko Frank Demich Jewelers Wangaratta Cup from Lord Dresden, Jason Patton, and It's Windy again, Jamie Anstis, 6-3-4 on the Wangaratta Cup.
Okay, Ray.
Buckingham, trained by John Hawkes, Larry Cassidy, the rider, 225, 125. Won the Frank Packer Plate. The race that launched Might and Power last year. Set, off and racing now. Only a lady near the inside, the first to come out, and Dodge began brilliantly, and Our Triumph was well away. Marble Halls has gone to the fence behind them. Supercrest coming down the outside in company with Pie King. Gentle Wind getting back with Magnet Bay, and Danamore is at the tail of the field, but gee, they're tightly packed. At the line the first time, they've got 1,700 metres to go, and Only a Lady went to the lead. Our Triumph about 3 away from the fence has gone up second. Marble Hall's third. Cassidy pinged out Dodge in a great spot. He's fourth, and Supercrest is fifth, travelling 3 deep. A length further back in the field, Gentle Wind on the inside of Magnet Bay, and then came Danamora and Pie King last of all. To the back they run, 1,400 metres to go, and Only a Lady is the pacemaker. Cooksley trying to slow them down, led 3 parts to Our Triumph. A length away, Marble Halls on the inside of Dodge, and Supercrest is travelling 3 deep. And then came Gentle Wind on the inside of Magnet Bay, and together last Danamora on the outside of Pie King as they head down the back past the 1,100 metres peg. Only a Lady in front at this point, a length over Our Triumph. Marble Halls is getting a perfect run. Dies giving him the run of the race, third on the fence. Supercrest in fourth spot. Dodge just half lost his position. He's fifth in between runners, and Gentle Wind's on the rails. And then Magnet Bay in front of Danamora, and last of all is Pie King. On the top corner, 800 metres to go, and Only a Lady is the pacemaker. Our Triumph niggled out in second spot. Marble Halls third, Supercrest fourth. Dodge fifth, awkwardly placed in the middle. Cassidy's trying to niggle at him. On the fences, Gentle Wind, followed by Magnet Bay, 3 deep, and then Danamora, and last of all is Pie King. This filly's giving plenty of cheek. Only a Lady as they come to the bend. Only 52.5 kilos on her back, and she's going great guns on the corner. She slipped away 3 lengths, Marble Halls, then Supercrest, Our Triumph. Magnet Bay, Dodge is not in the race, but Only a Lady's got a big break turning for home. Only a Lady about 2.5 to Marble Halls, and Supercrest on the outside. Only a Lady in front at the 200 metres mark. Marble Halls a length and a half away, and then Supercrest, but Only a Lady's in front with 100 metres left to go. Marble Halls is having a dive late, but Only a Lady in front, and she'll lead all of the way. Only a Lady beat Marble Halls. A big gap third, Gentle Wind. And then came Supercrest, Magnet Bay. Dodge never handled the track. He was never going to win. And then came Our Triumph. A long way back in the field, Danamora, and last home is Pie King. The Clary Connors, Sir Tristram filly, Only a Lady, Grant Cooksley leads all of the way to win the Labor Day Cup, and they never look like catching it. $10.95 and $2.60, 6 second Marble Halls, $1.67, third Gentle Wind, $5.50, 9, 6 and 7 are the numbers. Well, she ran fifth in the Oaks to On Air. She didn't have a lot of luck in the run, and they thought that she was struggling to handle the ground. Well, I'm here to tell you today she handled this track absolutely perfectly. She travelled beautifully in front for Cooksley. And when they went to the top corner at the 800, I had a look at Only a Lady, and I had a look at a couple of the others, and I thought, by golly, you're going well. With only 52.5 on your back. Marble Halls tried hard, 4.5 kilos the difference, and in the end that probably took its toll. Marble Halls tried hard down the running after Di gave him a perfect run, and Gentle Winds got home to run third. Dodge never went a yard. I'll tell you when you're in trouble if you're on Dodge, 1,200 from home. He was in between runners, but he was never comfortable. Cassidy was niggling him down the back to try and hold his spot. He was niggling him again at the 800. He was at him at the 600, and on the home turn he was gone. He was gone. That's all there was to it. And his run, well, you can really forget it. He never handled this track at all, Dodge. Never handled it one iota. And there's Only a Lady who they thought couldn't handle the slow track, and the AJC Oaks has come to Doomben today. She went through it like Chief de Beers. 9 Only a Lady continues the great trot for Clary Connors. A 3-year-old bay filly by Sir Tristram out of London Lights, raced by the Doomben Proprietary Limited Syndicate. The managers are YP Chang and CH Lamb, trained by Clary Connors and ridden by Grant Cooksley. Second, number 6, Marble Halls. That's Barry Baldwin, who trains the third horse, Gentle Wind. Marble Halls by Nassapur out of Julesy, trained by Lee Friedman, ridden by Shane Dye. That's Mark Connors. Clary is here today. Might be Mark. Here comes Clary. He's thronged by the press. Clary, he'll have plenty to say. 7 third, Gentle Wind by Zip Home out of Missy Badelsky, trained by Barry Baldwin and ridden by Brian York. The Quinella paid $19.50. The trifecta paid $843.20. Quinella $19.50 and the trifecta $843.20. Magnet Bay never really got in it. Super Crest made a dash into third but weakened. Dana Moore never got sighted. Our Triumph was gone before the bend. Pie King ran last. Gentle Wind got home okay. And Dodge we've told you about. Just trying to see, I suppose, here comes Larry Cassidy. Just having a look down, we've got Grant Cooksley on screen. And I'm just watching through the binoculars Larry Cassidy on Dodge as he gets off, unsaddles the horse. Can't see any of the Hawks camp around him at the moment, but he'll have a story to tell. But no matter which way, the 3-year-old filly with the pull and the weights on the minimum with the 52.5 was just too good, ridden by the Iceman. Shane Dye rode Marble Halls a treat. There's Clary talking to Cooksley. Cooksley just, no worries, mate. She's sweet. There's just another one up. Another black type win to the Clary Connors camp. And Clary strides off in the distance like John Wayne. Gives the horse a pat, says well done. Take her home, feed her up, and let's set her for the Oaks. That's where she'll be going, Only a Lady. I noticed Michael Friedman flew up from Melbourne this morning. He's speaking with Shane Dye. Shane giving a fairly lengthy rundown to Michael about what he thought of Marble Halls' run. The Tickle Pink with Gentle Wind. And I'm here to tell you now, Larry Cassidy's gone over to Michael Hawkes and Eric Woolston. He's pointing to the turn out of the straight. And I'll guarantee you, without even knowing what he's saying, I bet he's telling him that the horse was gone going out of the straight, and if he does, he's right. Never went 1 yard, Dodge. 9, 6, 7. They're the numbers. Only a Lady defeating Marble Halls and Gentle Wind, and they're the numbers after the running of the Labor Day Cup.
Nick, thanks very much. The offices of Centrebet here in Alice Springs are not too far away from really where I'm standing. They're located on the course. Jared Daffy is here today, and although he's leaving Alice Springs tonight to head to the Warrnambool Carnival, he wouldn't miss the Alice Springs Cup for $1 million. Good to see you, Jared.
How are you, Matthew?
I'm very well. I had the privilege of coming over and having a look at your offices on Saturday. I've got to be honest, I just can't believe the setup over there. There's girls with the telephones in their ear constantly, taking calls from what I'd imagine all around the world.
Yeah, actually I had a look the other day, and over 80 countries now where we've got clients in, and you really never know where the next one's going to come from. And actually people are intrigued when they come here to the middle of the desert in Australia and see here's this betting operation with a staff of 35 going 24 hours around the clock.
Yeah, well that was Saturday afternoon and it seemed pretty busy. What would be your busiest day in the office?
Normally this time of year, because we concentrate on the Australian sports, anywhere from Friday afternoon until Sunday evening, we can take up to 3,000 phone calls, excluding internet bets in that a day. So as you can see, it's very busy. Of course, when the football season's over here, it's football season in other countries, so we really don't stop. It's year round.
Yeah, you've got an incredible portfolio in terms of the sports that you bet on. I mean, I've seen markets for everything: Australian Open, Wimbledon, Masters, AFL, of course, rugby league. Jared, is there anything that you don't bet on?
Well, we often get asked that, and sometimes maybe the answer is, well, no, but we should chop back. Since we've gone on the internet and we've got a high profile overseas, we've actually converted